Hello everybody and welcome to the first reward stream of, well, this season. I'm just going to get the link up and running. It is in the description of the video, but some of you out there may have missed it, so let me just put the link up, so bear with me. Portal, there we go. Now remember, I'm not the only one streaming, and more importantly, I'm just making sure the microphone is working. Yes, it is. Now, more importantly is this. You are not going to get the rewards unless you are watching via the official portal. Now, I've put the link in the YouTube chat. There are other places where you can find it. You can find it on the World of Tanks Blitz official website. That is the portal link I've just given you. You can also find it in-game. If you go down, click the little trophy, click on professional tournaments, look at the streams. The streams, however, will take you to YouTube. YouTube will not get you the reward. Okay, you need to follow the portal link on the various YouTube channels. Now, it's like this. 90 is streaming, and he's streaming in English. I'm streaming in English. Pyroblast is streaming in Russian. Robert85 is also streaming in Espanol, and iShot is streaming in Russian. Now, each of those streamers, or forget the grand final, because that is not until like the weekend. All those streamers, all 5 of us, should have a portal link. The one I've given you takes you to my portal, okay? So it doesn't matter, as long as you have the portal open throughout the duration of the stream, from 10 o'clock my time, which is 8 o'clock Central European time, until 10 minutes past 12 my time, which is 10 minutes past 10 Central European time, you will get your rewards, okay? But you must have the portal open and active. Any problems with the portal, then you need to have a look at Wargaming's Discord, because there the moderators and everybody will be telling you exactly what you need to do to fix. 9 times out of 10, all you need to do to fix it is just refresh it and clear the cache. However, I'm not an expert on it. They will tell you more on the Wargaming official Discord. Now, a couple of things you need to know about this. Firstly, to get the rewards, as I said, you need to be on the portal. Secondly, you need to log in with your in-game name and passport. Make sure you are logged in. If you're not logged in, guys, then you're not going to get the rewards. It's that straightforward. The timer is set also by Wargaming. Okay, it's got nothing to do with me, and it's got nothing to do with any of the streamers. The time is set purely by Wargaming. So, time starts exactly at 8 o'clock Central European Summertime. That's CEST. So that is in about 6 minutes from now. The timer will stop automatically, regardless of what the streamer does, at exactly 10 minutes past 10 Central European Summertime, CEST. So, no point you coming into the stream and asking any of the streamers, oh, can you just do X and Y? Can you stream for another 5 minutes? Because Wargaming will just turn it off, okay? They will just turn it off. Don't ask me for platoons, guys. It's as simple as that. There's nothing that we as the streamers can do about it. It's just the way it works. It's all within the control of Wargaming. Also, don't blame me if you don't get your rewards, okay? The rewards come directly from Wargaming. We're going out with rejects against APA. I just need to select a proper tank. I'll select that one and ready it up. When we're going out on Desert Sands, we won't jump in for a while yet. So, these are a few things you need to understand about the stream and the way it all works, because it ain't as straightforward as people think, to be honest with you. Like I said, a lot of it is outside of my control, okay? Now, I expect most of 432 current viewers will disappear exactly at 8 o'clock. They will just vanish, because they'll all be on the portal. You won't be able to chat on the portal. You won't be able to correspond. We are on a delay, however, so again, it's very difficult for me to respond to you anyway, because we are on a minimum delay of 3 odd minutes or so. because it is a tournament after all. So you need to understand that. Any questions, put it in the chat, but follow that link. That link is important, and I am actually going to pin the message. Follow that link. I don't know what's in there. You get a fan container. It won't come up yet, and you get one container every 15 minutes for this stream. Every 15 minutes, okay? So just be aware of that. So as long as you watch for the 2 hours, because it's 2 hours, the stream is set for 2 hours and 10 minutes. As long as you watch for 2 hours, you will get the maximum 8 fan containers, okay? Pretty straightforward stuff. So there you go. If you have any other questions, any other things to ask me, then as I said, YouTube chat is there. Don't hesitate. Just I do pick up the chat messages as we go through the stream, so I won't miss it fully. Anyway, let's jump in. We have got Rejects against APA. I will put all the scores up later, not yet. The reason being is because there's no point yet, because I don't know where they're going to be. They could be on the left, they could be on the right. I don't know at the moment. All I know is that, well, we've got scores. You see, there will be a scorecard. I just don't know who's who yet. But whilst we're waiting for all that to ready up, ooh, there's a camera on. Don't want that on. So let's have a quick flyover of the map we're going to see, Desert Sands. Okay, so that was a quick flyover of Desert Sands. I've just noticed that Robert85, the Spanish streamer, has jumped in to this game on the other side. That means 9-0 should be streaming Endgame versus Aqua, along with Pyroblast and I think the other one was iShot. So we have got APA and Rejects. Endgame against Aqua clearly being streamed by 9-0. So we've already got Rejects readied up. Rejects had a pretty decent turn of events coming into this top 4. Did particularly well in the top 8. At the moment, we have Bobby Fischer in the FV217 Badger, Punisher in the Strav K, Tony Cower in the Strav K, Zabin in a Strav K, Playmaker in a Strav K, Navigator in an AMX M4, and Scorpion Drago in a Strav K. Moving across to APA, they are going off on the South Spawn APA. That means Rejects are on the North Spawn. We have Uni in an E5, Almeri in a Strav K, Last AFK in an E5, Ventiarm, Days, Yennefer, and Object 3 all jumping in to the Strav K. So that's the lineups. Rejects, team name Bleak House, they're going off on the North Spawn here on Desert Sands. APA, team name Apathy, they're going off on the South Spawn. This is the opening games for the top 4, the semi-finals of the upper bracket. So, whoa, lots of things can happen. And we are about to kick off in about 7 seconds from now. And here we go. Oh, lovely stuff. And you can see, look, the portal's just gone online and everybody's leaving. Bye, everybody. Go and enjoy the portal. Raha, most likely. I don't know yet. It depends how tired I am after this one. If I'm being honest with you. So you can see hit points are in favour of APA, but only just. It's not much, but it is a slight advantage, to be perfectly honest with you. Rejects here, well, Zblin was already out there in the desert. That's where he spawned. He's heading for all that A-cap, trying to get those early spots. You can see Almeri is already there. And APA are also rolling out in round. He's trying to get that Strav K up by the crashed Oinkle, and he gets there and he spots Almeri. Almeri also spots Zblin. Now we have got APA pushing out into the desert, and at the same time, with the exception of Bobby Fischer, so is Rejects. It's all lined up for that big old Oh, hang on. There we go. There we go. We can have that now. It's all lined up for the big old brawl, as we say. Punishers, Blin, Playmaker, all in Strav Ks on a broad front over the A-cap. And they are taking the A-cap, moving around the map towards APA, where you can see them stacking their tanks up here. Uni going forward, Yennefer going forward as well, but going out wide. The last AFK is going to be leading the Stravs in his E5 as they push towards Rejects here. Uni trying to get the shots onto him at the moment. Bobby Fischer's already taken a bit of a blow, and so is Punisher. At the moment, APA have lost no HP. I say that, and then Ventium gets a bit of a smack in his backside. But Navigator also. Now this is where the brawl comes in. APA pushing forward. Rejects also pushed forward. So it's all about focus fire. Bobby Fischer coming in, and Yennefer gets a good roll into Bobby Fischer there. Uni trying to get around the back, and Rejects makes a big push. The entire team pushing. Punisher gets punished, but so does Almeri. And now Almeri looking really worse for wear. He's a one-shot. Playmaker tries for the ram. He doesn't get in, but he goes down eventually anyway. Punisher is now a one-shot, and he goes down. It's neck and neck here on this map. APA again. Oh, Ventium, down he goes. Now Object 3 is being really focused between Scorpion Drago and Navigator. Tony Cower comes in as well to try and help out. Oh, down goes Navigator, but down goes Object 3. For Yennefer down as well, courtesy of Bobby Fischer. So this is going towards Rejects at the moment. Rejects have got a clear advantage. They've lost 3, but APA have lost 4. Rejects have also got the cap. Playmaker looking to put another shot into Daze. The Scorpion Drago and Tony Cower come in. Daze is down. Now they're going to try and stop Uni from moving out of his position. And Uni is feeling the pain of these Strav Ks. But it's actually Scorpion Drago who takes him down. Last AFK. Oh, Uni goes down there. Playmaker took him actually. The last AFK is the last man standing for APA here. And this one will go to Rejects. This was a good brawl. A really good brawl. Wowzers. Great movement by Team Rejects there as they go 1-0 up. Now, it is best of 7, so we've still got a long, long way to go, everybody. So, you know, it's the first of 5 victories. 4. First of 4 victories. I'm losing the plot here. Great stuff there by Rejects. Playmaker dishing out 3.5k. Last AFK struggling there to break the 3k, but he was near his darn it. Almeri and Punisher really. Punisher got punished and so did Almeri. But long way to go, as I said. We're now going to swap those spawn points here on Desert Sands. This time we will have Rejects Team Bleak House on the south spawn. And we will have APA Team Apathy on the north spawn. APA read it up first. Uni now into an IS-7. Almeri into a Strav K. Last AFK into a 113. Ventium Daze, Yennefer and Object 3 staying in their Strav Ks. Moving across to Rejects, we have Bobby Fischer now jumping into an AMX M4. Punisher, Tony Cower has been in, all in the Strav Ks along with Playmaker and Scorpion Drago. Navigator joining Bobby Fischer in the AMX M4. So 1-0 to Rejects as it stands currently. Like I said, we've still got a long way to go. It's, as you see there, best of 7, so it is the first of 4 victories. But Rejects will be happy with that first blood. They will be pretty chuffed with themselves. It was a good push by Rejects. It was an equally good push by APA. But Rejects just dropped the hammer and put the pedal to the metal and really pushed those their entire team, leaving Bobby Fischer out on a limb. But he was able to cope. And you saw there that big push coming in from Rejects, just putting a lot of pressure onto APA. Excuse me. So now we go for the Stravfest. Hit points in favour of Rejects this time. And it's still a Stravfest though. Everybody's still got the Strav Ks.
Time to roll out.
Now we're going to get another brawl out in the middle area. Doubtful with the 113 and the IS-7. And whilst Rejects are heading that way en masse, 113 there of last AFK, he's not tempted to go out into the desert. The IS-7 of Uni surprisingly is, but last AFK is holding back. And look at this from APA. They're thinking that Rejects have changed their strat and they're all looking for them to come through and down the heavy route, the heavy route by the tracks, and they're not doing that. They have literally pushed all their tanks out into the desert. Uni and Daze are the only two out there. Uni has been spotted, and Almeri is pushing towards B, Last AFK towards the C cap, with rejects all consolidated in the desert. Absolutely in the desert, all of them. Last AFK able to take the cap C, Object 3 joins him, free real estate for them. They will get the cap advantage here. APA have the cap advantage. A-cap has been taken by rejects, and now it's allowing rejects to push around. Daze is out there. He does have Uni in support, and as we can see there, Yennefer is just behind, but Daze will be the focus of attention. Daze is just staying hauled down. Bobby Fischer, Playmaker, Scorpion Dragons, Blinn all coming around the corner. They need to focus Daze before he gets any support, and the shots are going in. Daze is losing. Hit points here, but Last AFK, Ventium, Object 3, all coming in along with Yennefer to help Daze out. And this maybe be able to catch them off guard. Daze will go down eventually. Oh, no, he may not play. Oh, he does, but Playmaker is also about to go as APA tries to counter push. Down goes Yennefer, though, and down goes Playmaker. So 2 tanks down for for APA, only 1 down for rejects at the moment, but there goes Bobby Fischer in the AMX courtesy of Ventium, and now here come the rest of the rejects team looking to put some pressure onto Last AFK. Last AFK is caught out. He has been isolated here. Down he goes. Uni coming in the I7 trap out. Ventium desperately trying to come round the back as well, and this is another great brawly game. In comes Almeri. Sorry, big dust storm today. And Ventium's down, but so is Tony Cower. It's now 3 against 3, and the hit points are favouring, well, they were favouring rejects, but they're now favouring APA. Scorpion Drago, down he goes, 2 against 3. They've got to try and finish off Almeri here. Navigator tries, but wasn't able to. Zablin, he was being blocked by Uni. Zablin now in the Strav K, looking to put a bit of pressure onto Object 3. Object 3 feels the danger, tries to get round him. Zablin here desperately getting out the way of Uni's gun in the IS-7, and he manages it just about. Oh, he almost managed it, but that's an engine fire going into Zablin by Object 3. Uni now tussling with Zablin. Uni can finish him off, and that will be 1 against 2. And it all depends on what Navigator can do with Object 3 here. He needs to finish Object 3 and get himself into a good position, ready for the Uni attack, and he wasn't able to. Uni putting a big roll. Uni now coming to save Object 3, and Navigator can't do much about this. He's got 2 against him, and he's really worse for wearing. Down he goes. All of a sudden, APA bring it back as we go into the next map. This is what we like. Brawl on brawl. Wow, we want brawl on brawl. 2 games, 2 brawls, and they both went either way. 1 went to rejects, 1 went to APA. Great stuff as we now move into Middleburg. We're just going to have a quick flyover of Middleburg, and then we'll be back. If Middleburg was working, we'd be back. It's not working. I'm really sorry, Middleburg. No flyover on Middleburg. It's just not. Well, sorry about that. That just didn't go according to plan. And yeah, that was just my Stream Deck being a pain in the perpetual backside. But it happens, and, you know, there's always a glitch. We are on Middleburg. We will have Rejects Team Bleak House on the North Spawn. APA Team Apathy on the South Spawn. We have Rejects running up first. We have Bobby Fischer in the VK90, Punisher in the AMX M4, Tony Gower in the Strav K, Zblin in the Strav K, Playmaker in a Concept 1B, Navigator in an AMX M4, and Scorpio Drago in a Strav K. APA Team Apathy there on the South Spawn. We have Uni in the IS-4, Almeri in the VK-72, Last AFK along with Ventium both into a 57, and of course, there are a lot of Stravks then bringing up the rear. And a mouse with Yennefer. So there you go. What can you say? Ooh, ooh, ooh. As we go into the next game. Hit points are, well, nothing really. It's in favour of Rejects, but only just. Didn't help them in the last game, however. Now I've got a suspicion that APA, what with the VK and the mouse, are going down. And that's what it looks like they're doing. Bobby Fischer in the VK90, however, has gone up. And look at APA here. They are en masse in the town. Even Object 3 is coming down. Dave's going out wide to the TD spot. Mary straight into the B cap. And Rejects have gone high, with the exceptions of the two M4s. That's Navigator and Punisher. Uni in the IS-4, Yennefer in the mouse, pushing around towards the A cap, allowing Rejects up there into the C cap. They don't care, APA. They've already got the cap advantage. They've got the A cap. Sorry, they've got the B cap. And Punisher and Navigator both spotted, but Yennefer and Uni both able to deflect. Looking at the way APA is stacking up here, they're bringing their 57 heavies round as well. Almeri is slowly working his way up here, but Punisher and Navigator, well, at the moment they're nicely hauled down using that amazing turret armor of the AMX. They've got support from Playmaker and the Concept 1B and Scorpion Drago, both who's in a Strav K, both in very good haul down tanks as well. And at the moment, Yennefer's had to reevaluate his way into the A cap. They are worried because Bobby Fischer's Blin and Playmaker, and Tony Cower, sorry, could make a push down with the VK90. And Bobby Fischer is indeed doing that. He hasn't got the support just yet. He's all alone, but he feels that maybe, just maybe, he may be able to spot Uni. No, he doesn't, but he gets spotted himself. And that's going to send APA some signals that things are coming their way. Navigator and Punisher doing fantastic work here. Yennefer has been smacked a little bit alongside Uni there. But it's what these Stravs are going to be doing. Concept 1B of Playmaker also going to join Tony Cower, Scorpion Drago and Splin. And they are going to be looking to make a push at some stage. Bobby Fischer again spotted. And Punisher and Navigator still holding the line at the back there. APA not looking to push, but they are covering their flank. Doesn't look that way. They've brought back the 57 Heavy and the VK-72. Remember, the 57 Heavies were by the Uni spot earlier, and they brought them back because they kind of realised that Samika's coming down this flank eventually, and they want to be able to make sure that they've got that covered. Bobby Fischer is still looking for a way into the B cap, as Yennefer is still looking for a way into the A cap. And again, now you can see here, Rejects are moving their heaviums, for want of a better word, back round towards their own spawn, rotating back towards their spawn position. The AMX of Navigator has had to leave his little perch, which was all down there, and he's moved around just to cover the A cap. He has got support behind him. Bobby Fischer is looking for the B cap. Punisher is just keeping the line of the flank protected. He knows that Yennefer is there. He knows Uni is there. They don't know where the 57 heavies are now. So here we go. And the Strav K slowly but surely, along with the Concept 1B, is coming round. And it looks like they're going to be pushing through. And again, APA catching on to that. Bobby Fischer absolutely getting wrecked at the VK90. Last AFK. Vention pushing round as well. They are absolutely certain. They kind of predicted that Rejects were coming down this side. Navigator in the AMX jumps in. He gets smacked for his troubles. Now Yennefer, Uni are making a push onto Punisher. Last AFK, Vention, Days all coming around. Almeri is looking to finish off Bobby Fischer, and he does. Bobby Fischer is down. Now Punisher is really being punished here. Uni is doing fantastic stuff in the IS-4. However, Tony Cower comes round to relieve some of that pressure. Back over this side, Last AFK, Days and Object 3, and Almeri all looking to put a pressure onto Playmaker in the Concept 1B. Days will come from behind, and he does. Gets a great shot in. Last AFK is still on his reload. Now, Yennefer is, Uni is down. That was not part of the plan. Ventium not loaded. He's also getting pushed. Playmaker does go down. However, Yennefer and the Mouse is down. Playmaker down. Oh, Ventium goes down as well. And now it's another brawl. Daze and Object 3 are searching desperately for Punisher. They need to finish Punisher off because the points are in favour of Rejects here. Can he do it? No, he can't. Just a second too late. And boy, that was a great game. But the scores do go to Rejects. Sorry about the coughing. It's been one of those. We've had a big sandstorm here today, and there's dust everywhere. What is it he says? I hate sand. It's everywhere. So wow, what a game that was! Tender hooks, edge of the seat stuff. Navigator in the AMX, holding the line as long as possible with Punisher, doing the lion's share of the work there. And last AFK was 3.3k, just wasn't able to turn it around. So, swapping the spawn points here on Middleburg. This time we have Rejects on the south spawn, APA on the north spawn. Rejects is rated up first, but I'm going to drink some coffee before. Ah, there we go. Sorry about that. Got to clear the throat of this sand. Bobby Fischer now jumping into a TBP. Punisher, Tony Coward, Zblin, Playmaker all into Strav K's, Navigator into a 50B, Scorpio Drago also in a TVP joining Bobby Fischer.
I mean, like, so many positive ways. Maybe we can't lose.
Thank you very much for subscribing, Wild Rewild. Wild Rewide. Wide Rewide.
Like, so many positive ways.
And Dag, thank you for subscribing. Moving across APA, we have Uni in the Badger, Almeri in a Super Conk, last AFK in the AMX M4, Ventium in a Strav K, Daze in a Strav K, Yennefer in an AMX M4, and Object 3 into a Strav K. That is the lineups. This time, APA will be looking to crawl that back, as they did in the last game on Desert Sands. Taking it back to level pegging. Yes, the other game is Endgame in Akva, and that will be 9-0 Pyroblast in iShot. I believe this game, APA against Rejects, is being streamed by myself and Robert85. So if you're a Spanish speaker, Robert85 is your man to go and see. If you're Russian, Pyroblast or iShot. If you're English, me or 9-0. So what are APA going to do? Are they going to do a big bounce back? At the moment, we have the two TVPs heading up top here for Rejects. Left and right, Bobby Fischer and Scorpion Drago heading towards the C cap, pushing straight through. Bobby Fischer making sure he does not touch the cap. And look at this, they're going through the middle area. They're not even bothering with the town, apart from Navigator in the AMX, who is in the town. This is made APA consolidate in their own spawn. Bobby Fischer looking for those urgent spots, not got them as of yet. And APA, wow, sneaky of APA this one. They've got the A cap, and at the moment APA have the marginally, very, very marginal cap advantage. Last AFK was spotted there in the AMX. He is with Yennefer and Object 3. Daze is out on a limb. Bobby Fischer is looking and searching, but Daze is also looking and searching to see if he can see any of those tanks. The irony is, Ventium and Almeri have not spotted anything. They're pretty far forward, especially Almeri here. And they now know that there's absolutely nothing in the town. The thing is, Almeri, if he puts his nose round this corner, he may, possibly, may get a lot of steel coming in his direction. He is still searching. And this is the thing, APA now know that they're not really up top, but they're kind of somewhere. Oh, that's a great shot to Navigator from, into Tony Cower, but it didn't land. It was a bounce. So now APA should know where our Rejects are. And APA are bringing their tanks around, apart from Uni and the Badger, just holding back a little bit. Almeri now trying to jostle his position. Last AFK also. And you can see Rejects are stacking their tanks up over on this side, with the exception of the two TVPs of Bobby Fischer and Scorpion Drago. The Strav Ks are just holding back, exception Tony Cower. Navigator is quite far forward, but they're all hidden. And APA can't spot any of them at this moment in time. Blind shot going across there. That was courtesy of Tony Cower, seeing if he could land anything. Last AFK and now Mary looking for a move onto that B cap. Now they've got to be careful. Nothing spots them as they move in, and they jump into the B cap here. They did have a slight advantage. They've lost that advantage with Rejects capping the C cap. And now here comes Rejects with the move, with the push. Navigator getting punished as APA bring their tanks round as well. The TVPs are trying to flank, but Object 3 and Ventium are there. And now Tony Cower tries to get around the back, but Navigator here really feeling the pain. But so is Almeri. Almeri is also feeling that pain. Last AFK looking for that kill shot on Navigator. Gets a good shot in. Object 3 will finish off, and he does. But Almeri is also down. Tony Cower now absolutely isolated, and down he goes. Yennefer is backing away, desperately needing some support here, but doesn't get it. Bobby Fischer in the TVP takes him out. Object 3 will put one into Punisher. Maybe. He has got Daze. Daze puts it in. And Ventium stopping Punisher from running away. Only just about, though. 3 tanks down for both teams here. Zblin here in the Strav K and Punisher. Oh, great shot from Daze to track Zblin there. Ventium, however, is feeling the TVP. That's a lot of love coming from the TVP. Punisher now, he's going to go down. No, he's not. Yes, he does. Ventium finishes off. And now Zblin here in the Strav K. Daze is just harrying him, hassling him, giving him nowhere to go. Zblin will go down. Back over this side, we only have Scorpion Drago and Playmaker left. They are retaking the B cap. It's 2 against 3. Scorpion Drago in that TVP is incredibly healthy, but so is Daze and so is Object 3. And there is no way, even with a TVP, that Scorpion Drago can take either of those tanks out with a full clip. Object 3 knows where Playmaker is. Comes around the corner. But it's all over. Rejects get it on the points yet again. Oh, that was so close. So close. For APA, they almost brought it back. Almost is not enough, though. Those points were just slowly ticking up. And if you noticed, good old Playmaker there and Scorpion Drago making sure they got that B cap. And that puts a lot of pressure on APA. Match point to Rejects as we go into Canal. Now, hopefully, Canal map will work. Let's hold our breath, shall we? Because the last map didn't. Canal's not working either. OBS is just not being nice to me today. It's just one of those things. OBS is just being a pain. Yep. Thank you, OBS. Alright, so OBS got there eventually, took its time. We have APA, Team Apathy on the South Spawn. We have Uni in the I-7, Amari in a 121B. Last AFK in a T100 outie, Ventium in a Strav K, Daze in a Strav K, Yennefer in a Strav K, Object 3 in a Strav K. Rejects, Team Bleak House on the North Spawn, Bobby Fischer in a Leo 1. Coley in a 121B, Tony Cower in a Strav K, Zblin in a Leo 1, Playmaker in a Strav K, Navigator in the 121B, Scorpion Drago in a Strav K. It is match point to Rejects. Hi, Nikki. I'd love to have a chat, but it's pretty difficult because you're 3 minutes behind me currently. So, what are Rejects going to do here? Are they going to be able to put maximum pressure onto APA? Well, they've come out the blocks here. Blin in that Leo 1, pushing heavily in the Leo. He has got Navigator and Coley, both in 121Bs. But look at Tony Cower! Wowzers! Tony Cower, what are you going to do, buddy? That is one hell of a move. That is aggression, raw aggression, getting some great spots as well. Uni is isolated slightly here, but at the moment, there's nobody to help Tony Cower because Bobby Fischer has just gone very high up there. Look, there he is. He's on overlook. He's got Scorpion Drago just below him. Playmaker is trying to help out with Tony Coward where he can. And Uni is the sacrificial lamb as APA are now trying to re-push back. And APA bringing all their tanks, with the exception of Uni, who's very isolated, into the decap. However, Rejects have got some mobility, and APA need to do something here. Uni is, well, on 83 hit points. He's not going to last much longer. And down he goes, courtesy of Navigator. Tony Coward did lose a lot of hit points, but not as much as Uni, obviously. And look at this. Bobby Fischer, Scorpion Drago, all putting shots across, and APA are pretty much contained. They're pretty much contained here by Rejects. Rejects able to cap the A cap with impunity. They also could probably cap the B cap with impunity. Yennefer feeling in a bit of pain. So they've lost a tank and they've lost quite a bit of hit points. Object 3 getting smacked yet again. Coley, Bobby Fischer, Scorpion Drago in great overlook positions there. The rest of the team, wow, they're overlooking the B and the A cap. The A cap has now been taken. Admittedly, APA have got a base and they will slowly but surely crawl back that deficit in the base points, but they can't crawl back the deficit in a lack of a tank and a lack of hit points. B cap will now be taken by Rejects, and Zobilane over there, well, he's looking to try and move around a little bit. Tony Coward, that was an impressive move by Tony Coward. I never thought he'd get away with it, but he did. And he's still alive. And now comes Object 3 and Yennefer. Object 3 getting tagged by Bobby Fischer, of all players. He's still up there, is Bobby. No, he's dropped down. But no, he has. He's still up there. He's just wriggling and jiggling. Now, Yennefer tries to put one in, but he's laying it over in the side there with the other Leo one. Drops the super duper I can see you attachment and puts one into Yennefer. And finally, Tony Coward goes down. That will put APA back into the driving seat. Daze feels that they're in the driving seat, pushing down onto Playmaker here. There's a plane over in the corner, but Playmaker being isolated. Vention could come from the back, and so could the last AFK. But no, Object 3 comes in, and they are cornering him, consolidating him, making sure he can move nowhere. And they've just got to make sure Playmaker goes down. And they're losing hit points rapidly here, Playmaker, but he's still alive. Almeri now coming in to try and help out as well. But the caps are being taken by the Rejects team. They've got to bring something back, APA. They have got the points at the moment. 3 tanks down. Zavim went down in the Leo 1, but they don't have the bases. Bobby Fischer gets one into Almeri as he comes up. APA have still got a slight advantage here on the base points, but they've got no bases. Almeri desperately wanting to cap B. He will get there. He's not going to be reset. Coley is looking to the reset. Bobby Fischer can't get the shots in. The A cap is also being taken over the other side by last AFK in the T100 LT. So 2 caps back. That gives a little bit of breathing space here for APA. Ventium, still very healthy. Last AFK also quite healthy. Object 3, however, and Yennefer very worse for wear. Back over onto the Rejects team. Well, they've taken the D cap, taken the C cap, and now they are looking to make their little pushes back again. This is going to be a counter push. They've still got Coley, who's incredibly full of hit points. And he is full of hit points. He hasn't lost a single one yet. And Scorpion Drago and Navigator, 121B and Strav Ks, pushing around. Navigator going up high. Coley will go up high as well. Scorpion Drago is staying down low. Bobby Fischer is the isolated tank over the other side. Last AFK in a bush, waiting to see who comes through. And there we go. Last AFK does spot Scorpion Drago. Scorpion Drago gets absolutely punished for coming down there. And now Coley and Scorpion Drago, along with Navigator, looking to finish off last AFK. But Scorpion Drago is now a one-shot to everybody. Can Vention finish him off? No, he can't. Last AFK goes down. Vention coming in. They've got to get rid of Scorpion Drago. The points have now flipped in favour of Rejects. Vention desperately after Scorpion Drago here. Down he goes. And that turns it back into the favour of APA. Now he's looking to finish off Navigator. Gets a good roll, but it's not enough. Navigator could possibly finish off Vention. Oh, Vention on the click. Gets him down. Bobby Fischer taking the B cap. Oh, Yennefer, down he goes. But APA still have the lead. Almeri looking to finish off Coley here. Yes, he does. And that gives APA a distinct advantage on the points. They've just got to hold. Bobby Fischer is the last man standing. That's a great shot from Almeri. Bobby Fischer feeling a little bit of pressure here. He knows that he can't really do much. He's got to kill a tank, but he doesn't know how Ventium is just holding. Days put, oh, and it's all over. And there we go. APA bring one back. Woof. What a game. Yeah, stop sending me invites. I can't do it. So what a game that was. It went this way. It went that way. APA, wow, they looked like they were being absolutely pummeled by Rejects in the opening quarter. But boy, did APA dig deep and bring it back. And Rejects there just not able to get it across the line. So, swapping the spawn points here on Canal. This time, Rejects Team Bleak House on the south spawn. Bobby Fischer in the Leo 1, Punisher in the Strav K. Tony Cower dropping into the mouse. Zblin in a Leo 1, Playmaker in a Strav K. Navigator in a 121B. Scorpion Drago yet to ready up, but he's in a 121B. Moving over to APA. We have Uni in the AMX M4. Almeri in the Strav K. Last AFK in the T100 LT. Vention potentially in a Strav. Days in a Strav, Yennefer in an AMX, and Object 3 in a Strav. Just waiting on Vention. Oh, 3-2. Still match point to Rejects. Can APA dig a little deeper? Come on, dig a little deeper. You know you want to. Ventium and Days both into Strav Ks. Last AFK still in the T100 LT. So there we go. Final Aid flying the flag for last AFK there. I was actually meant to do a video with last AFK. We were meant to do a stream together, but we couldn't schedule it. But we will. We'll get round to that. We will get round. Believe that. We'll get round to it. Anyway, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. We're about to get ready to rumble here on Canal for the second game. Or it's still Rejects in the driving seat, but APA with a convincing comeback game on the first game here on Canal. It's all good fun. So Rejects, they're looking to do a bit of a push with the Leos and the 121BM Navigator out towards the Strav Ks are coming as well. But this time, oh, they're all dropping their adrenaline. Look at APA rocking and rolling over here. They've got the bit between their teeth. Almeri, Ventium, Object 3, all heading for the A-cap. Days, Uni, Yennefer, all staying down-ish, trying to see if they can catch anybody on the hop. And they have caught Tony Cower in the mouse, in the C-cap, but they can't get... Oh, they can get shots in. Nice HE roll, preventing the cap from being taken. A-cap and B-cap will therefore be taken by APA. APA in the driving seat now on this map. From this position, Playmaker and Bobby Fischer going out wide, trying to get those shots into the B-cap, but the B-cap has been taken, and they've dropped down. Tony Cower does take the C-cap, but he's had to drop it back. You see here, Punisher, Navigator, and Zblin are all sitting at the back, over on Overlook, but APA not sticking their noses out. They are not sticking their noses out. They are just consolidating. Yennefer is on the rear guard action over at the B-cap, using the AMX to the maximum ability that Yennefer can use an AMX M4. Great turret armor, and wowzers, it's just some good stuff there by Yennefer. Yennefer is not isolated, not in the long shot. Ventium, Object 3 are all at the back, along with last AFK, and Almeri, Uni are down in the ditch, in the canal, so to speak, hence the name, Canal. And now they know that they have got command of the map, APA. Rejects know that they've got to push down on the B-cap, is the only cap they can push down on. But they can bring their tanks around and try and catch APA off guard around that flank where Scorpion Drago is. But at the moment, Bobby Fischer, Playmaker, and even Tony Cower in the mouse are stacked up on this side. Punisher is coming in to help out as well. Zbin and Navigator just holding back at the moment. They can go either way. And Scorpion Drago is the only isolated tank out there. moving around the map so we can see APA's positions. Yennefer still on the rear guard. Got Uni, Almeri, and Days in immediate support. They're in the second line defense. And in the third line defense, we have Last AFK, Ventium, and way up the back, Object 3. They were rejects, but they've decided that through the B cap is probably not the best intentions there. And they're bringing their team right around, trying to come back. Lynn and Navigator, along with Scorpion Drago, will be joined by Punisher, stacking up on this flank now. And they now feel that this is probably their best option down the flank and try and get round the back of APA. Last AFK is there, and there's a reason why Last AFK is there, because of his view range. Punisher has been spotted, and that's exactly why. And now Punisher gets a little bit punished there. Scorpion Drago, Last AFK doing his job fantastically. And now, all of a sudden, rejects are pushing heavily in. The thing is, over this side, APA are also kind of pushing on Tony Cower. Playmaker comes in. This is going to be brawly. It is going to be brawly. Tony Cower is losing a lot of hit points. He's down to 121. Days drops down. Last AFK is trying desperately to put things into Bobby Fischer over there. But Yennefer has got his sights on play. Oh, down goes Uni. And so does Tony Cower. Yennefer now pushing on to Strav of Playmaker. Scorpion Drago, Punisher, Navigator. Oh, that's a great shot and an important shot to Navigator. But Days really getting punished here. Punisher will punish Days. Down he goes. Object 3, however, will punish Punisher. Almeri desperately trying to get off the top there. 2 tanks down for rejects. 3 tanks down for APA. Object 3 needs to finish Punisher. Ventium's coming in to try and help out because all of a sudden Object 3 has got 2 on his tail. What can he do? He needs to take down, but Scorpion Drago will finish him off, and he's got on the points anyway. Wow. Unbelievable stuff. Points again going in favour of rejects. Oof. Unbelievable. Rejects at the moment. Unstoppable. They have just been going higher and higher and higher. And that really looked like APA had command of that. But it was a great push by rejects. Rotating their team right. They had them stacked up on the B cap. Rotated them all the way back round through their own spawn. And did a great push. Using Tony Cower in the mouse as the bait. Pushing Tony Cower into the B cap. Tanks were therefore forced, the 2 AMXs of APA forced to take on Tony Cower. He did have Playmaker come in to help him out, but that relieved the tension from the other side of the map, allowing rejects to get round and through the side of APA and turn it into their favour. And at the same time, Playmaker taking that vitally important B cap, putting the pressure onto APA. Wow. What a game. What a game, what a game, what a game. That's got to be lovely, hasn't it, hey? That's lovely. So those were the scores on the doors. Oof. Deary, deary me. Didn't see that one coming from either team, to be fair. Let's have a look at the standings. Let's see how Endgame and Akva did. Don't know how they're doing. And at the moment, well, Akva turning over Endgame. Oh, Akva beating Endgame 4-1. So the next game coming up will be in about 30 minutes, and that will be Endgame against APA. Now, I don't know if I've got that or if 9-0 has got that. We might have rejects against Akva. I don't know. It could go either way. But I just need, if you don't mind, for 2 seconds, I've got to find my replays folder, which I lost somewhere. There it is. Hello, little replays folder. Come here. So just a reminder for those, don't forget guys, if you're looking for the rewards, you are not going to get those rewards unless you're logged in via the portal. The portal link is pinned to the YouTube chat. It's also in the description on this channel. We've got a 30-minute break now. I don't play on PC, so we're going to have a look at some games going out there, and we'll start with a T95 E6 of Wild Ones Halper. There you go. He's in the chat, by the way, and he's also in APA. So give him a bit of love. while I go and get another coffee and go to the little boys' room.
Let's get this show on the road.
Oh. Nobody is following the upper bracket final today. Hey? Do what? I've got it down as the 18th. I don't think the final's today, it's tomorrow. Oh, it is tomorrow, yeah. You're right. No, I keep reading the wrong thing when I look on the portal. Oh, great game there, Jack. Great game. Nice little mastery. Yeah, I've got time zone and skill issues, Jack. Basically, I keep reading everything incorrectly because I'm in a different time zone and they keep showing me different things. So that was Jack, Wild One's helper. Let's have a look now at a good friend of mine and clan member, Laura Y in the Gorilla 15. So, what a fantastic opening game though. As I said, guys, we're halfway through the stream, near as darn it. The stream will continue until 10 past 10 European time, so still got plenty of time to go, guys. Wargame only allocate 2 hours and 10 minutes for the rewards. I'll just put you in the picture. As I said at the opening of the stream, unfortunately for you lot, I have no control over the rewards timer. Okay, so if you've been here from the start of the stream, but you've managed to be logged into the portal, which you need to be, and you need to have the portal window open at all times, then you will get a maximum of 8 fan containers. Don't ask me what's in them. I have no idea what's in them, but they are fan containers and they're free. And basically you get one every 15 minutes. Yeah, that's how that works. So you're getting stuff for free, and not only that, you're watching some fantastic, spectacular, brilliant gameplay from some of the best players on the EU server, and clearly the best top clans. All 4 of them. What more could you want? So, as nobody is streaming, it's the upper bracket final today, because that's tomorrow. Duh, I'm such a muppet. We will be watching Endgame and Aqua. Endgame and Aqua. See, I'm losing the plot here. We'll be watching Endgame and APA next up. Now, I didn't see Endgame. Obviously, I haven't seen Endgame against APA. Sorry, against Aqua. So I don't know how Endgame are playing. Aqua clearly are really up for it, bouncing back hard after their disappointment of coming second in the winter tour. Although when we spoke to the lead of the clan Aqua, used to be known as Zerd. His name is Peter. He did say that he wasn't overly optimistic of winning the winter season, because the clan, whilst not really new per se, Aqua has been around before. Most of them did go to BPS and then come back from BPS after BPS's disappointment in the autumn season. So Zerd, aka Peter, set up Aqua, reignited it, brought a load of players back again, who had gone to BPS, and some others, and basically reconstituted Aqua. They then went out in the winter season, but they got to the grand final, but they were convincingly turned over by APA, coming second. In fact, it was a whitewash for APA, 5-0. That final on winter. But as I said, Aqua, Peter, Zerd, whatever you want to call him, didn't hold out much hope to win. He just had his sights set on getting the team reconstituted, and it clearly worked, because they've come back with aplomb, and that is the main thing. This is a great game from Loro. I mean, he's done well in this little griller. He's a great player at the best of times, but he's just being obscene in this grill. Poor TVP has just shot his bolt, so to speak, emptied his clip. And look at this, HE loaded, looking for that rear of the TVP, or the side, one of the two. Couldn't find it, so puts in a big AP roll. And the TVP still loading. TVP managing to get out of dodge, but he's not, even though it's got an obscene interclip, he's not going to have the time to clip out the grill, because he is a one-shot. Oh, and he shows his backside, and boom, there he goes. Down he goes. And it goes 2. Great game for Loro. Why there? Not going to lie. I'm a bit biased. Of course I am. He's in Vale. Although he's in our Clan War clan, which is Vial. So, great little mastery. Well deserved. And lovely little game. There you go. There you go. So we've still got 20 minutes to go. Let's get another one. Let's get another one. This time we'll have a look at... I don't want to look at a Stravcade. Let's have a look at a Badger. Yeah. This is Bay in a Badger. Rolling out here. Oh, I'm just sipping coffee and trying to settle my throat down, which is full of desert sand. Not desert sands, the map, just desert sand, because I live in the desert. And we've had a sandstorm, and there's sand everywhere. And it gets everywhere as well. It's annoying, to be honest with you. So with that, I'm just going to grab myself another coffee. I shall be back in a few ticks. Oh, so back, all coffeed up again. It's been waiting for the next matchup, the next round.
Cracks up. Let's go.
Oh.
Penetration.
I was looking at the messages here. Vengeance saying there that APA played well, but at least in my opinion, Rejects were mentally more fresh. Rejects are incredibly aggressive, and their aggression really paid off today. Although that last game was a nail-biter, to be fair. I mean, APA didn't really put many feet wrong, to be honest with you. They controlled the map, they put Rejects under pressure, but the Rejects push down that flank was faultless, to be honest. And their focus fire, and whoever's calling is, again, faultless. There's some, you know, the caller is really doing hard work there. Some great calls being made, and wow, what can I say? I mean, it was a pleasure to watch. APA are no shrinking violets. They are the reigning champions for autumn and winter for a reason, because they are spectacularly good. So to turn them over like that, Rejects have obviously got some great calls going in, but not only that, they've obviously worked hard on it. So yeah, if I was in Rejects, yeah, I would be super happy as well, because that was just fantastic to watch. And as I said, APA is no slouch. I would not like to face APA. You know, I mean, APA would really hurt. APAC players can only get rewards if they have an EU account, I'm afraid. The reason being is because APAC has its own tournament, and that's for the APAC players. So, but if APAC players do have an EU account, then they need to log in via the EU account. But he's doing some great stuff here. Oh, dearie me, look at this. Down to 291 hit points. Holding it large is Bay. Boom. Just a CC Mark II. It's a 1v1 scenario. Bay. Can smell the blood in the water here. Pushing and pushing. He's going to push him. They haven't got the points. His team. But he has got a badger, and he's going to swap the ammunition out. Boom! Just like that. Just shy of 8k. What a great game that was. It was fantastico. Gotta love games like that. You really have. So we've got about 15 minutes before the next game, which means we have 10 minutes before the next game, which means we have time for one more replay. One more replay. That's a great game by Bay. Well done, Bay. Congratulations. And now we're going to have a look at Holy. Rolling out in a Badger as well. So that's another Badger game. Clearly, the Badger is a favourite tank at the moment.
Time to roll out.
Maratha, because that's what Jack likes to do. He likes to analyse. He actually loves to analyse. He likes informing people on what where it happened, where it went wrong, and blah blah blah. He loves it, and he is probably one of the best at doing it. To be fair, the reason I don't do it is because I don't know how to. It's the real answer. I don't know how to do that. Nino does it as well. Nino and Jack both are great at the analytical side. When they're streaming, I'm only good at the analytical side when wargaming is streaming or when somebody else is streaming, and I'm not commentating. But Jack is fantastic at the analytical side.
Penetration.
And I said 9-0 does the same thing. I think you'll find 9-0 is pretty much the same. He likes to analyse the gameplay as well, and they like to. It's because they're knowledgeable. They're knowledgeable at this level of the game. Is the honest answer.
Enemy armor is
And they're trying to impart that knowledge and awareness onto the player base, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Enemy armor is damaged.
I mean, I know tours are different, but you can still learn a lot from watching these guys, to be honest with you. Especially positioning.
Enemy armor destroyed.
Where to position the tanks, how to position the tanks. It's you know, you obviously can't get the focus fire like these guys do, and you can't do the pushes like these guys do, but you can certainly get to understand,
Penetrate their armor.
you know, positions on a map that give you some advantage, to be honest with you. The big difference between tour play and obviously random gameplay is that tour play tends to, whilst it's aggressive, uses the time more effectively than regular play. So in regular games, we as teams generally don't use the time effectively, and the average gameplay on World of Tanks Blitz is actually 3.5 minutes, which is 50% of the time. So most games only last 3.5 minutes in Blitz. And it is a 7-minute game, remember, so...
Penetration.
So it does make a difference. Makes a big difference, to be fair.
Enemy armor is
Anyway.
damaged.
You know, but yeah, I always like looking at the tours to know, you know, what positions these guys go to on maps. And it's the same with these replays. The reason I play the replays is you get to see the positions on the maps that people like to put their tanks. And when you've got some of the best players in the game sending in replays, it's not always about they've done massive damage and they've blocked loads,
Driver's injured. We
which
can't
they
go very
do,
fast.
but it's also about how they managed to do it. Where did they put their tank? How did they use their tank? And you can see that that they use their tanks effectively. And look, I understand that in these big damage games, you need the stars to align a little bit. Firstly you need your skill level, obviously. But secondly, you need to have a team that's pretty Muppetish, because you're getting all the damage, and then you need to have an enemy that's pretty potato-ish because they're letting you farm the damage. But if so you've got to have those stars aligned. But the fact of the matter still remains: if you watch when these guys do these big damage games, a lot of it is because of their positioning. They're anticipating their vision of where the enemy is going to go, and they are optimizing and maximizing their potential, and that's the thing, and that's what they do, and that's how they get these big damage games, to be honest with you guys.
Enemy
And
vehicle
you'll see
destroyed.
that a lot in these replays. You will see it a lot in these replays. And that's why I like showing them.
Enemy armor destroyed.
6.3k by Holly. Or Holy. Holy. It is a great tank, the Badger, not gonna lie. It is a great tank. Not gonna mislead anybody. However, whilst it is a great tank, you can get yourself into trouble with it. It's not you know, it's not impervious to anything. And he was with Octopussy Dag there. He's a great Octopussy Dag from Trick, one of their tour players. And, you know, you can see here that Holly has got 66% win rate, average damage of 2.2k, and that's pretty decent going. And then Octopussy, one of the tour players for Trick, 68%, and average damage of 2.5. So, you know, you can start to see where these players are, you know, why these players are getting such high damage, because they're good players. Anyway, we don't have time now to show another replay, to be honest with you. Let's have a look. We have got next up and coming APA against Endgame. They will be going out on Oasis Palms, Faust, Wintermalanovka, and Halas, potentially. That's coming up very, very shortly in approximately 8 minutes, which is why I can't show another replay, because it means 7 minutes. Acva and Rejects are playing tomorrow. They're going out at 8 o'clock tomorrow. They will be going out on Port Bay Vineyards, Fort Despair, and Dinosaur's Pill, potentially. This is now a big game between APA and Endgame, because whoever loses this is out. That's it. They don't progress. So it is a double elimination. They will go out, one of these teams. So we're either going to lose APA or we're going to lose Endgame. That is just fact, okay? Pure fact. Can't do anything other than that. And that's a shame, because both those teams are good teams. But at the end of the day, you know, only 2 can make it to the grand final. Only 2 out of the 4. So we are going to lose one of these teams today, and then we'll lose one of the 3 tomorrow, leaving just the 2 to get into that grand final. So there's a lot of pressure on these guys coming up next. Endgame, well, earlier they lost 4-1 to Acva. Acva are really flying high. Yeah, Spock, they do. Take it from me as one of the clan leaders of a top clan. They are in the training rooms every day. Okay, when tour season is upcoming, literally every day, and they're doing scrims, and they're doing strats, and they're looking at meta selection, and they literally try everything. And you know, on average they'll probably play about 14 games in one session, and in between that they're still playing the game themselves. So yeah, it's hard work. These guys put a lot of effort in. They do put a lot of effort in, to be honest with you. It's not as straightforward as people think. You know, there's so much that goes into it. There really is. And you know, this is why some of them are very disappointed, because they put a lot of effort in, they don't progress, and it gets very disappointing for them in that respect. Golly, still getting this desert cough, which is horrible. I don't like this desert cough, but hey, it happens. So I've just finished my my coffee again, so I'm off to get another one. So I'll be back in a moment. Don't go anywhere. We've got all the action coming up. Okay, more coffee. That's what I've got. And we've now got the room. There we go. So, everybody's here. Pyroblast, Robert, me and Nino. We are going out endgame against APA on Oasis Palms. So, that's the next game. Strictly speaking, It should be that in that, but I don't know yet. It may change. And I don't know if the map is going to work, because they've not been working properly tonight, yeah? They've been a bit glitchy whilst I've been trying to start them. But we'll see. Hopefully, we will endure, as they say. Oh, Endgame would have been looking at the... they would have been studying the APA rejects games. That is very true. But more importantly, they'll be looking at what they didn't do correctly against ACVA. That's the other thing they'll be looking at. Anyway, let's jump into the room. Let's see if the map actually works. We are going out on Oasis Palms. I hope it works. It just doesn't work. It's not... OBS is just really pulling my chain tonight. Just not helping, man. Still not helping me. No, it just doesn't want to play ball. All right, we got there in the end, just about. So at the moment, it's like that, but yeah, it's like that, but it may change. I don't know until we get into the game. We've already got the teams rolling in, rocking in here. At the moment, we have Endgame on the South Spawn here on Oasis Palms. They are called Team Pain Game, and we have APA. They're still APA Apathy. So at the moment, we have Pinchester in the 60 TP, Milk in an E5, excuse me, let's just get the coffee out my mouth. Pamantha in the 217 Badger. Periana in an E5 Parol in the 60 TP. Pego in a Strav K. Pico yet to ready up, potentially in a VK90. So we're just waiting on... Oh, Pico stays in the VK90 and Pinchester jumps into a Super Conk. Moving over to APA, we have Uni in the E5. Ameri in the Strav K. Last AFK, potentially in a Vickers. Ventium in a Strav K, Days in a Strav K, Yennefer in an E5, Object 3 in a Strav K. So, could be some changes here between Milk and Pariana. Pariana jumping into a 60 TP. Pico. Milk stays in the E5. The last AFK does jump into a Vickers. Pico now jumping into a Super Conk. Pinchester into 215B. Endgame on the South Spawn, APA on the North Spawn. That is the lineup. We have got 20 odd seconds to go. Both teams are ready, and both teams have selected their meta. So, big games coming up. It's still best of 7, still the first of 4 victories. And this is crucial. Pamantha may be jumping out of a Badger. No, Pamantha stays in a Badger. Raha, I do. I'm telling you, this is critical mass time for both of these teams. We are going to lose one of them tonight. Who it will be, we don't know. And we don't wish it on either of the teams. So, good luck both to Endgame and APA. I wish you the very best and give us a good show. That's all we can ever ask for. Endgame here, well, they're looking to consolidate themselves around the town area. Milk is going down low. Pinchester is just on Overwatch. Last AFK in that Vickers. Well, Milk is going out wide towards the C-cap. Last AFK in the Vickers. He does get spotted. He's not going to continue his charge, but he does have Yennefer, Ventium, Object 3 and Days just behind him. Milk is not going to carry on his charge either. He is just holding back a little bit. Now he's moving forward. Yennefer's coming in the E5. The Strav K's of Ventium, Days and Object 3. They could put a lot of pressure onto Milk here. Milk looks isolated. He does have tanks right behind him, which includes a 60 TP and a 215B. If we just pull back a bit, you can see there's 60 TP, Badger, and the 215B all on Overwatch, looking to see and cover Milk as best as he can. Over the other side, Parallel jumps into the A-cap in that 60 TP. Milk, not pushed yet. And the reason being, APA are not daft. They know that Milk would not be that far forward unless he had support. Yennefer desperately seeking out that support. Uni's on the other side. He is covered by Almeri. But oh, Milk does get a shot taken into him. And that was just Milk jostling a little bit, trying to see what was out there. Stravkeza now, Object 3 Ventium in Last AFK in the Vickers. Oh, Object 3 looked to be moving away, but he's not. Daze now alone. Yennefer alone to an extent. Uni also. And at the moment, we've got APA on a very broad front here. Endgame on a very narrow front. Daze putting shots across towards Pinchester and Pamantha in that Badger. Yennefer tentatively moving forwards into the C-cap. Looking to try and get the cap. Milk gets a reset. At the moment, Endgame have got control. Now Last AFK is desperately looking for those spots over there. And Yennefer again gets a little bit of a slap. So does Pinchester. Oh, but that's a big slap coming back for Last AFK. They still haven't found Pamantha in that Badger. And Parol has left his perch in the 60 TP. The reason we're staying here at the moment is just because this is where the action really is. There's not really much going on between Uni. Almeri has now moved into a position to overlook the B-cap. Yennefer is now making a tentative push towards Milk. But the problem is, those tanks at the back of Milk are really scaring Yennefer a little bit. Because they do have the ability to put some big shots into this E5. And there you go, and that's the point. Oh, but Milk does feel the pain as Daze comes in. And Milk getting some smacking here. But Yennefer is on the worst end of the stick at the moment. Oh, but Milk! Uni also coming in. And now we're going to leave Milk because now Uni and Almeri should be pressed by Pico and Pariana. And Uni having to drop down. Pariana comes out, tried to put a shot against Almeri. Doesn't work. Uni doing the right thing there. Dropping right down. Stopping Pariana in his tracks. Here comes Pego. Pego in the Strav K. Pico taking the B-cap, pushing Almeri out of that position. Down goes Milk. He wasn't going to last much longer there. He had side shots coming into him from Almeri. And Almeri doing his best to just put those shots into Pico. Tries to reset. Doesn't work. Doesn't happen. At the moment, Endgame have got command of the game despite losing a tank. Uni trying to come up. Parol sees the danger. Will he be able to put a shot? No, he misses. But Uni does not miss the return. And now Endgame on the defensive. They've got to hold back this counter push. Vention Uni pushing towards Pariana. Pariana losing hit points there. Parol gets a great shot into Uni, but it's not enough. Pariana is losing HP. Parol is now being focused. And this is not looking good for the 260s. They are losing hit points. Pariana is now down to a one-shot. Down he goes. And at the same time, down goes Pico. Parol is now a one-shot. And this one should be going to APA. Pamantha's coming in along with Pego. But it's just too little, too late. They do have the points, but they don't have the tanks and they don't have the hit points. Pinchester is doing his best. It's 3 against 6. Can Pinchester? Oh, Pinchester, down he goes. It's now 2 against too many. Almeri smelling the blood in the water. Coming up behind Pamantha. Will he load in time? Object 3 tries to get a shot in. Uni taking down Pamantha, leaving Pego as the last Strav K for Endgame. And all of a sudden, APA have swung it. Swung it away from Endgame. Endgame had control, but wowzers. What can you say? APA tussling heavy hard there and bringing in a great counter push to put maximum pressure onto Endgame. Oh, and that is the thing. I mean, you can see here Pamantha knocking out 3K. But Almeri close to 4K. Pego in the Strav K doing 2.9. Daze doing 2.6. But wowzers, what can you say? Endgame on the back foot a little bit in that game. At the end, it was a change to what we saw on Canal. In this game, we had Endgame controlling the first quarter. Well, realistically controlling the first half. But then APA coming back strong to finish and get it across the line. We're now going to swap the spawn points here on Oasis Palms. APA, Team Apathy, now on the south spawn. Endgame, Team Pain Game on the north spawn. APA running up first. Uni in the AMX. Almeri in a Strav K. Last AFK in a T100 Audi. Ventiom in a Strav K. Days in a 60 TP. Yennefer jumping into a Kranwagen. Object 3 into a Strav K. Moving across to endgame, we have Pinchester in the E5. Milk in an E5. Pamantha in a Super Conk. Pariana in a T100. Parol potentially in a 60 TP. Pego in a Strav K. Pico in a Super Conk. Fujit with a coffee. Parol jumping into an M6 Yo. Didn't see that one coming. Not going to lie. So it's 1-0 to endgame here. So APA have got the initial advantage. They will be feeling confident. They are feeling confident here. But endgame, can they do one of their subtle fight backs? Turn it around. This is a reconstituted endgame. They didn't really take part while they did, but they kind of went off the tournament circuit for a while. So they've had to reconstitute themselves a little bit. And now endgame, well, they're looking for a narrower front this time, although they have sent Piriana out wide. Pinchester will cover, along with Milk and Pamantha. APA, well, they're heading for the A-cap this time. They're more on a narrower front, although Yennefer and Last AFK, look at Last AFK getting right up to the top of the map there. Without a boost. Last AFK, you need to be nerfed. You need to be nerfed. Yennefer has got the support of Last AFK. Uni and Days are up front. Object 3 just, well, Almeri did get smacked quite a lot there. And he's the only one who's lost anything at the moment. But Last AFK, interesting position. Yennefer and the Kranwagen is the only one out in the desert. And Pico in the Super Conk, trying to use that Super Conk as all down as possible. Well, that is really where the Super Conk comes into its own. Pinchester out towards the C-cap. He is looking to take it. He's got to be careful, though. They have got tanks over there. Last AFK and Yennefer. Yennefer is spotted. Yennefer kicks up. Oh! Great shot on Last AFK to reset. And Yennefer also now getting shots in. Last AFK dropping his adrenaline. And Pinchester really feeling the pain. I don't think he expected to be shot so quickly and by so many. And he's lost more than half his hit points now. Down to 800 hit points is Pinchester in an E5. And that's unbelievable. So Pinchester really having to back away. Pariana there, unable to spot Last AFK. Ventiom Object 3 and Almeri is really what helped them out there with all that damage. Despite Almeri losing a shedload of hit points as well, he's lost more. He's lost just over half, but he's still healthier than Pinchester. Pinchester has had to run out of that position. Piriana now looking, but look at this. The Strav Ks of APA. Object 3 and Ventiom joining up with Last AFK. They're going to push for the C-cap. At the moment, no caps have been taken. Pariana could be caught out wild here. And Piriana will be able to get out of there with the mobility of the T100 LT. But he's got to be very careful. Strav Ks, Object 3 and Ventiom going out wide, trying to get those shots into the back of Piriana. Piriana is no longer spotted. And as APA push through the desert, Milk is there. And you see Endgame now making a slight push towards the A-cap. Days is on Overwatch at that side. C-cap is now being taken. Uni is pushing through towards the spawn of Endgame. Pinchester is in that spawn. Milk, however, could be in a cross-shot situation here as Ventiom and Object 3 push down onto Milk. Milk thinks he's pretty safe behind that rock, but he has got a Uni coming up behind him. But Uni gets absolutely tussled by Pamantha in the Super Conk. And all of a sudden it sort of swings in roundabouts again. Endgame have taken the A-cap. Cap points are with Endgame at the moment. Milk is the only isolated tank, but Uni is now worried about Piriana and Pamantha as Pico continues his push towards Days. Let's get over there. Let's just leave Milk on his own for the moment. As Pico and Pego are looking to push down onto Days and Almeri. They want Almeri. Almeri should be the focus of their attention, being the lowest hit point tank out there. And he is. Pego getting a bit of a smacking though from Days in that 60 TP. And Uni is now making a push up. Milk is totally isolated and down. Pinchester is also down. 2 tanks down for endgame. They need to finish Days in Almeri here. And this is where the action is now. Pego and Pico need to finish Days and Almeri. Pico has got... Oh, wow! Pico losing 1,300 HP. Make that 1,600. That was massive. And all of a sudden, Pico is really in trouble. Last AFK finishes him off. Pego does finish off Almeri, but now Pego is in a world of pain. APA feel that they can turn this. I'm going to leave Pego because back over this side of the map, Yennefer is pushing. So is Uni. So is Ventium. Uni losing hit points, but Pamantha. Wow, that did not go according to endgame's plan. They've still got the points though. Down goes Uni. Uni is down and so is Yennefer. So just like that, it turns into 3 against 4, but Days managing to survive. Pego is down. We've just got Pariana, puts a great shot to Object 3. Pamantha, also great shot into Object 3, but Pamantha is now very worse for wear, and so is Pyrrol. But Pyrrol has loaded up. Pariana is very healthy. Endgame do have the points. They don't. Oh, they don't have. No, they don't have the guns, but they have the points and they have the hit points. Pyrrol puts a great shot into Ventium. He's got 2 more in that clip. He can finish. Oh, he doesn't finish. Pamantha needs to draw. Oh, Object 3 should go down to Pariana, and he does. Pyrrol. Oh, Ventium take him down the strap. Pyrrol goes down. Pariana is the last tank standing, and just like that, APA bring it round. It's now 1 against 4. What can Pariana do? Pariana desperately looking to get Ventium out, but he's got to be careful because Days in that 60 TP is being absolutely obscene with his shots. Last FK, great shot, he does take him down. They are 45 points away from victory. Last FK though is an absolutely great T100 Lights player, and he's going to jump out into the A cap and he's going to take the cap. That means Piriana has only got one choice. Piriana has got to either kill Days or grab that C cap. They are 25 points away. Piriana is the last tank standing for endgame. Last AFK has taken the other caps. All the caps are in favour of APA. Piriana knows caps ain't going to do it. He's got to kill Days. They're both spotted. Days will bring the turret round, and he does. Piriana managing to deftly... Oh, he avoids it. Can Piriana? No, last FK comes in and it goes to APA. That was tentative stuff. 33 seconds to go. Wow. You're not going to get much closer than that, I'm telling you. So, all of a sudden, it is 2-0 in favour of APA. Wowzers. Last AFK churning out 3k. Yennefer 3k. Days 2.5k. Object 3 2.3. Look, with the exception of Almeri, every single player over 2k. And, wow, Parol, Pego, Pariano and Pamantha all doing massive damage there. Pamantha 4.3k. I mean, this is just fantastic. We are now rotating into Faust. Is the map going to work, or is OBS going to give me a big 2 fingers? 2 fingers. OBS, stop being a total pain in the posterior. No, still being a pain. Still being a pain. And for the last time, it's a pain. Faust is not going to be working here today. So, okay, OBS just doesn't like me. We will have endgame Team Pain Game on the Southspawn. Pinchester in the I7, Milk in the I7, Pamantha in the Superconk, Piriana in the T100, Parol in the I7, Pego in a Strav K, Pico in an M6 Yo. We will have APA Apathy on the Northspawn, and I didn't have time to read them. We'll read them in a moment. We got 2 AMXs, Amari and Yennefer, 3 Strav Ks, Ventium, Days in Object 3, Last AFK in that Super Conk, and Uni in an E5. Those are the meta lineups, those are the teams. It is 2-0 at the moment to APA. Hit points are in favour of APA at the moment, and so is the rub of the green, or so it would appear. Endgame need to dig deep. They need to dig deep. Endgame, apart from Piriana. Piriana is looking to fast cap D, and the rest of Endgame. Pamantha is overlooking the B cap. Everybody, Pamantha gets a 50 into him. That was an HE roll from last AFK. The rest of Endgame are heading up high, and so is APA. This could be a little bit brawly. Ventium is staying down low. Here comes the rest of APA. Pego will be spotted, but so will Days in Object 3. And this is going to be a brawl around the A-cap area by looks on it. Winchester and Milk going down low. Uni, Object 3 and Days up high. Almeri, Yennefer, Ventium also up high. Last AFK. Just holding back in that Super Conk. Just holding back in that Super Conk. Now we have Piriana and Pamantha staying up high. Pego, Pico, and Parol all up high as well. Oh, sorry. Pego, Pico, and Parol all up high. Uni pushing, dropping his reactive armor, and leading the charge against the Strav Ks and the Yo. Hoping to catch Pico on the hop. Pinchester, sensing the danger, coming back around to try and help. And all of a sudden, hit points are being drained from endgame here. Uni, Object 3, Days, Yennefer just piling into Parol and Pico. Pinchester doing what he can to try and help out. Over the other side, Parol losing again, more hit points. Milk is now coming into the picture. Pico is coming back up to put some shots into Ventium. But Pinchester, down goes Parol. Pinchester is also worse for wear. Down goes Pinchester. Object 3, Uni. Almeri all feeling that they can push down onto Pego. Pego has got to be very careful here. Oh, Pico, down he goes, courtesy of Object 3. Oh my life, Pego and Pamantha. Pego is now, Pego is going to be rammed, loved and hugged by Uni. Pamantha is going to go down. This is going to be a quick game, and it's going to be a very quick game. We have Milk and Piriana. Piriana is the only healthy tank. Piriana rushes in, tried to take Object 3 down, but he didn't do it. He didn't make it. Now Piriana is the last man standing, and there's nothing they can do. This is going to APA. This is a convincing APA victory on Faust, and it was just a collapse here by Endgame. They had no response to APA. That was just raw aggression by APA. Unbelievably good stuff there. And Endgame were like rabbits in the headlights. You can see poor old Milk and Piriana managing to break the 2K. But it was a rout. They did lose Ventium. They did lose Object 3 APA. But for all intended purposes, it was a rout. As we change the spawn points, match point to APA. Endgame will be on tenterhooks. If APA win this game, Endgame are out. That is it. APA will progress into the lower bracket final tomorrow. Endgame will be out. It's simple as that, guys. So we are swapping the spawn points here on Faust. Endgame on the north spawn. APA on the south spawn. APA running up first. Team Apathy with Uni in the E5. Amari in a 60 TP. Last AFK in a Vickers Light. Ventium in a Strav K. Days in a 60 TP. Yennefer and Object 3 both in those Strav Ks. Moving across to Endgame. Team Pain Game. Well, we have Pinchester in a 60 TP, Milk in a 60 TP, Pamantha in a Super Conk, Pariana in a 60 TP, Parol in the IS4, Pego in a Strav K, Pico in a 60 TP. That's the lineups. This is match point 2 APA. Endgame struggling here to hang on into this top 4. Can they progress? Now, Endgame previously were the masters of the comeback reverse sweep kings. Can they do it here today against APA? Or are APA going to continue their sweep and can just pile the pressure and add to the pain that endgame is finishing. Finishing? I meant feeling. I didn't mean finishing. I meant feeling. Hence the reason why endgame are called pain game at the moment, because they obviously feel that way. Endgame this time, consolidating their tanks, pushing through the C-cap area, staying down low, and looks like that's what APA are considering as well. They've got Yennefer and Object 3 in those Stravs just holding back. Last AFK and that Vickers trying to get those early spots, and boy does he get them. He spots almost the entire endgame team. He gets Milk, Pico, Periana and Pego all in one easy movement. Daze has been spotted, mainly because he fired. And at the moment, shots have been traded. Ventium is the only one who's lost any hit points. And he is with APA. So, cap taken decap, but endgame have got the advantage on the caps. Now APA just pulling back their tanks. Endgame, while at the moment, they are completely consolidated. And now Milk and Pego. Pego's lost a lot of HP in that Strav K. And Pico also lost quite a bit of HP. Not that much, but enough to worry them. Pinchester pushing forward in the 60 TP, trying to catch APA off guard there. And he's hoping that he's going to get some support from Milk and Piriana. He is out on a limb at the moment. You can see last AFK Uni, they are jumping into that A cap. So now the caps will switch in favour of APA, which they will do, and they have done. Parol there in the IS-4 trying to push towards the B cap, trying to get some advantage back. Uni is there to overlook, and Uni is just around the corner. There he is. He's going to come round the corner, and Parol hasn't spotted him yet. No, he has spotted him, but he's not putting his gun in that direction. Parol thinks he's going to be able to take it. No, he can't. Uni puts an HE in and resets the base. At the moment, APA are just consolidating, retreating back to their spawn positions, with the exception of last AFK, who's really out wide over here, and Uni, who is harassing Parol. Ventium, Yennefer, Almeri, Object 3 and Daze, all in the spawn. They've taken the cap, A and D. Parol gets reset yet again. So endgame, they are losing base points now. Parol is not able to cap. He gets a good shot into Uni. Uni misses that. Finally, Parol will cap, but it's too little too late, methinks. Endgame is still consolidated around the cap area of C. Piriana now moving forward. Last AFK moving round the back of them for APA. Trying to still spot them. Piriana is aiming for the D cap. He has got APA tanks awaiting it. Daze is spotted though. What is going to be APA's response to Piriana jumping into that cap? And here comes the response. Object 3 leading the charge. Piriana and Pinchester is there. Object 3 is feeling Piriana and Pinchester. Object 3 losing a lot of hit points. Piriana backing away. Yennefer continuing the move downwards. Parol moving up. And now endgame trying to consolidate their push forwards. They've dragged APA out of position. Yennefer is out of position. And Yennefer is now feeling the pain of Milk. Gets a great shot to Piriana though. And Pamantha and Milk looking to put some pain onto Yennefer. Yennefer is down. Pinchester comes down as well. Oh, Yennefer really getting smacked around there, looking for some very high rolls. And Pego helping out. Down goes Yennefer. But poor old Piriana here, very isolated. Parol in Uni tussling. Uni is winning the battle over here at the moment between these two. But Uni should have the drop TPM-wise. But it doesn't matter because he gets taken out by Pico. 2 tanks down for APA. At the moment, endgame have got this one. Almeri and Vention pushing on to Pamantha. Milk is going to come round and relieve some of that tension. Object 3 is there, but Pinchester will finish off Object 3, and he does. Pamantha is now one shot, but doesn't help. Pamantha stays alive, courtesy of Milk. Points are now firmly in favour of endgame. Milk should be able to finish off Almeri. Pego and Pico coming in to try and help out. Daze jumping into the decap. Daze could feel a bit of pain from Milk, but no, he faces off on Almeri. Almeri goes down, but so does Pamantha. But it doesn't matter, because the points go to endgame, and they bring one back. They bring one back. Endgame. The fight is not out of them. Good lads. The fight is certainly not out of them. And they see there Pamantha, Milk doing 3k. Parol, Pinchester 2k. Pico, Periano, and Pego all 1k-ish. Over the other side, wow. Object 3 this time, just not able to fire his guns as effectively as he has in the last games. And only Almeri and Last AFK managing to break that 2k. Now, I wonder if Winter Malinovka as a map is going to work. I bet it doesn't. Oh, where have we gone? I bet it doesn't work because OBS hates me today. Don't hate me. Stop hating. Hate is a bad thing, dude. Where are you, Winter Malinovka? Ah, still hates me. Maybe I should hit it really, really hard. And I mean really, 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 really hard. Because it's just being hateful. Really, really hateful. It's not coming up at all. Well, it worked in the end, but I had to hit it. And that's what you generally have to do. So it's still match point to APA as we go into Winter Malinovka. We have endgame on the south spawn, APA on the north spawn. Because OBS was being a complete and utter pain in the posterior, I haven't been able to go for the teams. But we'll go for the teams now because that's what we're going to do. So, endgame. Very, very, very many 60 TPs. We have Milk, Pico, Pamantha, Parol, Pinchester, ordered 60 TPs, Pariana into a T100, and Pego in a Strav K. Looking across at APA, Days in a 60 TP, Uni in the Ice Force, Strav Ks for Almeri, Ventiom in Yennefer, and Object 3, Last AFK in that T100. So, endgame, going heavy, heavy. Pariana in the T100, aiming for the A-cap. Last AFK looking to get the big spots. He does spot Pinchester and Parol, but shots going across don't land from either team. Piriana out on a limb there in the A-cap. Pico overlooking the B-cap. And APA will be thinking, oh my giddy aunt. There's a lot of 60 TPs to face off against. Piriana moving around the map trying to get those spots. Uni is the sole IS-4 for APA on this side at this moment in time. Does have a little bit of support from Yennefer and Object 3 behind him and Last AFK, but at the moment Milk and Pamantha just holding back in their spawn. Pico is spotted. Piriana right to the corner of the map there, and Piriana is just trying to see how many spots that Piriana can get. Ventiom, Almeri and Days are all there. Object 3 is holding back behind the building along with Yennefer. Uni, Last AFK, as I said, are the only ones far forward at this moment in time for APA. And Pinchester gets spotted, but it's pretty difficult to pen those 60 TPs from that position. He's keeping, have a look here, Pinchester is just keeping that bottom plate very nicely covered. And that's the thing that these guys do. They know that. C-cap will be taken, but the points are at the moment are in favour of endgame. Milk and Pamantha just holding in the spawn. Pico is far out still. Not much movement here. It's still pretty much as we started. They jostled into positions. Ooh, that's a big shot into Last AFK from Pico. Last AFK felt that. And now Last AFK moving around a little bit. Uni unable to respond. He did try, did tag Pamantha. Milk did get a bit of a smacking as well. But nothing like the smacking Last AFK got. Last AFK getting out of the danger zone. Uni backing away as well. And now APA probably look at pushing down through the A-cap. Hopefully trying to catch Piriana off guard. Last AFK will be looking. Object 3, Ventiom, Almeri, all spotted. Last AFK not spotted because he's got better camo profile. Piriana, oh, Almeri getting tagged by those 60 TPs. Just waiting for that move. Piriana will get spotted and try up their utmost to get out of this danger zone. That's a HE roll into Piriana, another roll into Piriana. Not many hit points lost by Piriana here, but they are going to lose the A-cap. And the cap advantage eventually will swing in favour of APA. However, Milk has jumped into that B cap. Pinchester and Parole, well, there are the rear guard actions here. And at the moment, APA have lost more hit points, but they're not that far. Oh, Yennefer felt that from Parole. Pinchester coming in as well, waiting for the push from Yennefer. Yennefer felt that also. So this is good trading, good positioning by Endgame. Endgame take the C cap. Parole and Pinchester looking to finish off Yennefer. Yennefer backing away. They can't get Yennefer, but now Ventium is out and Lim. He needs, oh, that's a great shot down Mary. Parole really piling the pressure. Pico coming around to try and help out. At the same time, APA are consolidated. Uni and Days are the only two up. Everybody else is down low. Ventium has had to drop. Milk, though, is out on a limb now. Milk, he could get absolutely wrecked here by Days and Uni. Uni is looking to put a big roll into his bottom plate. He gets 300 in, and that's not enough. But he will be able to finish off Milk. Milk will go down. Now, Endgame consolidating. Milk is over there on his own. Endgame at the moment have got the advantage. Milk goes down, but so does Pinchester. Pinchester down as well. No loss for tanks at the moment. APA now get the cap points. Pico drops down. Prego and Pamantha pushing through. Pico losing HP rapidly. And so is Parole. They do take down Ventium, but Pico goes down. 3 tanks down. They do take Yennefer though. 3 tanks down for Endgame. It's now still APA. They've brought the caps as well. Last AFK have taken all the cap points. They do take down Almeri, but Last AFK doing what Last AFK does best. Runs around the map like a complete crazy thing in that little light tank. Caps all of them. Parole here facing off against Object 3. Object 3 is winning the tussle. Pego is coming in. Command, oh, too little, too late. Down goes Object 3. 975 points to APA. Pego cannot do it in time. It's going to go to APA on points, and it is. We are going today to lose Endgame. But what a game that was. Unbelievably good. And wowzers. Unreal. Massive congratulations to APA. Massive commiserations, however, to Endgame. Endgame. We are losing Endgame today in this spring tour. But boy, did they try and bring a big comeback there. Parole just shy of 4K. Prego just over 2K. Pariana 2K. Pinchester 2K. Pico and Milk over the 1K mark. Poor old Pamantha only 61. However, back on the other side, look at Object 3 there. 4K knocked out. And that is the thing. And wowzers. What a fantastic opening round to this top 4. However, it's always a shame to say goodbye to one of the teams. And unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to Endgame. So they gave it a good go. They'd been firing. They hadn't been firing on all their cylinders for the last couple of tours. So they'll be just happy to the fact that they got into the top 4. They're still rebuilding. So it's by no means over for them. They will come back in the summer season. But that's it for Endgame now. APA, well, they will progress through to tomorrow for the lower bracket final to see who will win out of APA and Rejects. Well, we don't know yet. That is the next game. That'll be tomorrow, starting at 8 o'clock Central European Summertime. Ignore that. That is my time, because I'm sat in Dubai. That's why it says 10 o'clock. So we're now just waiting for tomorrow. Oh, the stream is not over, though, because it's a reward stream. And we've still got another 20 or 5 minutes to go, or near as darn it, before the stream will finish. So we're going to play a lot more replays. But wow, what a great game that was. APA bouncing back after their defeat to Rejects. APA, well, as I said, they're not firing on all their full cylinders just at the moment. But believe me, they will take away from this tournament some pointers, and they'll come back harder, stronger, and bouncing again, just like Aqua did. Anyway, let's have a look. Let's have a look at Wild Ones Helper. No, let's not. Let's have a look at JS in the SPIC. We don't need that anymore. Game's over. So this is the SPIC of. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm just going to call you J. So you watch that, and I'm just going to go to the bathroom. Okay, we're back. Don't forget, guys, we've still got 20 minutes of the stream to go because the timer will still click on for another 20 minutes. I've been checking the portal throughout the stream, and those of you who've been here since the start should now have got 7 containers. So you should have got 7 fan containers, only one left to go, which should be halfway through, so you should get that in the next 10 minutes. We will then still run another 10 minutes because the timer will click on for another 10 minutes after that. And then that's when the stream will end. So the stream will end at 10 minutes past 10 Central European Summertime in about 20 minutes from now. Hopefully everybody managed to get their containers. Hopefully they did. By the way, you will not get the containers until the stream finishes, and it won't be like instant, okay? It won't be instant. You have to give it a bit of time. Because everybody says, where's my container? Be thankful you're not, we're not giving out keys. Don't even go there, Jack, with your where's my keys. But yeah, so guys, you have to wait until the stream really finishes. But this is a great little game in the SPIC. But let's just go back a little bit to the games we saw today. Rejects were very strong today. Now the irony is this: APA have been incredibly strong since autumn. Rejects today were stronger than APA, and that's got to be a concern for APA going into tomorrow. And it's also going to be a concern for ACVA. ACVA, well, they clearly were very strong against Endgame, but Endgame, as I said, have not been firing on all their cylinders. So that could be a little bit of sort of misplaced confidence with ACVA. ACVA are very seasoned, and they're not going to sit there, on their laurels. They are going to know that tomorrow they've got a big battle against Rejects. So that's a big thing for ACVA tomorrow. Rejects will also know that Akva are going to be a tough cookie to crack. They're not going to be going into tomorrow thinking that they can turn them over like they did APA. APA, as you've seen, have consolidated after their loss against Rejects. That is a great SPIC game, by the way. Absolutely brilliant. What an amazing little game in a very, very difficult tank to play. It's from one of the subscribers from the 8-pack server. So thank you very much, subscribe, for pulling that back. Let's have a look at another one. Let's have a look at another Wild Ones helper as he's here. This time he's in a Type 71. There you go. So anyway, as I was saying, so to APA obviously really consolidated after their loss to Rejects and put a lot of pain onto Endgame. And you know, whilst Endgame did try to bring it back, well, that game on Faust was brutal by APA. I'm not going to lie, it was brutal, and that just goes to show. Oh, good night, Vengeance. Thanks, Andy, for popping in, buddy. It just goes to show that Endgame are a little bit out of sorts, to be honest with you. But I mean, they'll probably be happy with the fact they got into the top 4. They've got some things to build on going into the summer season. And as some of you may have heard yesterday, the summer season is a big cash prize. It's $50,000. So that will start probably at the end of June, around then. So Endgame will be looking at bouncing back for that big cash prize in that summer season, to be honest. So yeah, there's still a lot of things to do. Endgame will be like, well, you know, we missed out on the last 2 seasons. We've consolidated a little bit. We're still kind of team building. We're still sort of getting back into the mix. And, you know, we now know what the opposition is all about. So there you go. There you go. But tomorrow is lined up to be exciting. It really is. That game, Akva against Rejects, well, that's a biggie. Not gonna lie. It is huge. Because I'll tell you this, APA will be sort of fuming that they lost to Rejects, but at the same time, they will not be, if they will not be the team that we saw in the opening game against Rejects in their game tomorrow. They really won't be. They will be a completely different type of team, and it'll be even, wow, it'll be tough. Whoever plays them tomorrow, it's going to be tough. All 3 clans for tomorrow are, it's so difficult to sort of call it, to be fair. And that's not to say that Endgame was the weakest team today. I mean, factually they are, because they're out. But it would be disingenuous to say they're the weakest team. They fought hard to get into the top 4. And they thoroughly deserve that place in the top 4. So, wow, we've got a lot of tournaments still to go, guys. 2 more days of it. So tomorrow is upper finals, upper bracket final, and lower bracket final. And then Sunday is going to be on Wargaming's YouTube channel. That is going to be commentated by 9-0, and that is going to be the grand final. So we've still got a bit of time. Yes, I have got a coffee right now. To be fair, I have got a coffee. Well, that's what I think, Wild One. I think Wild One's helper summed it up nicely at the beginning, where the APA Rejects game, it just seemed that Rejects were a little bit more attuned. That was all. They just seemed a little bit more in tune to APA. APA seemed, they hadn't fully warmed up, let's say. They hadn't fully warmed up. And that for them, you know, they warmed up a bit too late. And Rejects, don't get me wrong, Rejects, despite the likes of Last AFK, who's able to run around the map like a crazy thing and cap everything in sight, the thing that really helped Rejects was they never took their eye off the base points. And that's a sort of switch that we've seen recently on the tournament circuit, because Endgame previously were never really into capping bases. Okay, to be honest with you. That's a great game, by the way, Wild Ones Helper. Just so you know, look at that. 3.6k. Wasn't top damage, though. This guy here in the T100 LT didn't get a mastery, he only got a second class. Yeah, but what can you do? What can you do? A great game nonetheless. Let's have a look at Laura Y in the TVP. TVP. Mildly obscene tank. So yeah, I mean, Rejects really utilised the caps very nicely. And that's the thing that really helped them. And you saw the same thing happen with APA against Endgame. They also used their caps wisely. So that is also true. APA may be holding their strats back. These teams do have multiple strats from the spawn points on the maps. It's not just one strat, one size fits all. They have 4 or 5 in some cases, and they have different meta selections for those 4 or 5. So some may be heavy dependent, although looking at APA's lineups recently, every single one of their strats seems to be Strav K dependent. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, like I said in the PYS, the Strav K has certainly taken me by surprise. When the tank came out and I reviewed it, I said, wow, it's a great tank, it's a lovely tank, but it does have weaknesses, and I really can't see this being one of those game-changing tournament tanks. How wrong was I? Because, you know, they've embraced it massively. And, you know, the benefits of the Strav K, for those of you who happen to have a Strav K, then you will know that it's not got the best armor out there. But what it does have is mobility and DPM. And that really, I mean, the mobility of the Strav K and the DPM of the Strav K is just fantastic. And this is what they're able to do. They're able to take a heavium, because the Strav K is basically a heavium, and it's effectively a better, slightly better tank, DPM and mobility wise, than the E5. Now the E5, when it had its super duper speed booster, which was then nerfed, was effectively the tank to grab, but it got nerfed. That booster didn't have the full effect anymore, whereas the Strav K has the booster and it has the mobility to compete with. So it's effectively taken the place that the E5 used to have, but the E5 still has much better and much, you know, and the armor on the E5 is much more trolly than that on the Strav K. Yeah. The Strav K is very, very difficult. It's not the easiest of tanks to play. And whilst these guys make it look easy, it does have weaknesses. And it does have a lot of weaknesses. But they use it in the right place. And that's the thing. They use it in the right place. And they use it in the right way. And you very rarely see them taking one Strav K. You know, it's always a fair few Strav Ks, and they hunt like a pack, and with the amount of DPM going down, that makes it very tricky to counter them. Right, for those of you who've been watching since the beginning, you should now all have your containers, all of them. I'm watching on the portal, and I've got all 8 fan containers, so I know the portal is working, because I've got my containers. They haven't come into my game yet, but I have got them. The portal says I've got them. So those of you out there, that's a great game, Loro. Another great game by Loro there. Just shy of 6k in a TVP. Well deserved mastery. Wowzers. So we've still got 9 minutes before the stream will end, just to catch the stragglers who weren't here from the beginning. Shame on you. Why weren't you here from the beginning? For shame. For shame. Talking about Strav K, let's have a look at Bay in a Strav K. This is Bay with, yeah, you guessed it, last AFK. Last AFK this time it's in an IS-7. Go figure. But Bay is in the Strav K, and last AFK is in the IS-7. There you go, lovely jubbly. But you'll see now why these players, you're getting to see now why the players do like the Strav K. Now, some people thought, oh, it's because it's got really trolley armor. No, it hasn't got trolley armor. It's actually very easy to pen, to be honest with you. But what it has got is fantastic DPM and really fantastic mobility. I mean, look at this. He hasn't dropped his booster, and he's already doing almost 50k. That is the thing. The gun's pretty accurate. You see there, look, you get smacked. The gun is pretty accurate, and it's got pretty decent alpha damage. And now you can see him. I mean, look at this. This is a heavy tank, remember, guys. It's a heavy tank. And look at the reload. That is why they like the Strav K. I mean, it's less than 5 seconds in a heavy tank. Admittedly, he's dropped the adrenaline here. But, you know, less than 5 seconds, 4.5 seconds to load a heavy tank and then knock out the amount of damage that he knocks out. Admittedly, you know, he's only doing like 300 odd rolls, but it's a heavy, and he is getting the bounces because it does get some bounces. And already, like just like that, he's bounced 1500 and he's knocked out 1500. And this is what you can do with it. This is why they like it. This is why they like it. It has this uncanny ability to be like this. And now he's not got the adrenaline of the, but he's got the super speed boost. Look at that. It's just over 5 seconds to load this gun without the adrenaline. This is the thing about this tank. Armor, not great. Enough to bounce 1500. Not that great. Not really. Not for a heavy. But mobility, look at this. I mean, he can just easily get around this 60 TP. Give the 60 TP a really hard time. And that is why the Strav K is currently favoured by these guys. Because it's just unbelievably good. The DPM, 6 second reload, sorry, it's a 6 second reload. It's obscene for a heavy tank, to be honest with you. I mean, that's medium territory. That's why I keep saying it's a heavium, because it plays more like a medium. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing is what it is. And, you know, that's why you get to see them all in these tournaments at the moment, because they'd be stupid not to use it, to be honest. But as I said, I mean, it took me by surprise. When I reviewed it, I really didn't think it was going to be that good as a tournament tank. But the problem with these pro players is they know how to mash these tanks around on the maps and fit the tank to the strat or the strat to the tank. And you know, they can see things in these tanks that we mere mortals don't generally see. And that's why it's beautiful to watch. And that's why I love the tournaments, because these guys really do showcase you what the tank is capable of doing in the right hands and in the right place. I mean, when I first got my, I can't remember how many masteries I got in this Strav K. Lots, because it's a beautiful tank to play. Bay here is already just shy of 7k. Look at that, it's just craziness. It's got decent gun depression as well. It's not even that bad, gun depression wise. But you can see here, it's very easy to pen. It hasn't got that armor. Now he's shy of 8k. Wow. No, that's the thing, the hack. It has got weaknesses armor wise, but its DPM and its mobility just really make up for that. Oh, it's 5.7 seconds now. He's got the adrenaline. This is... oh, that's a good bounce. Now he can just ram him if he wanted to, but he's gonna... He's outloaded a Vickers. And that is why you see the Strav K a lot. We're going to show you one more game in the Strav K, from the same player actually, from Bay, because he sent me 2 Strav Ks. I mean, that's the first one, just shy of 8k there, which is really nice. Actually, I'm going to show you a Strav K being played by Loro, to be honest. We've seen Bay. There you go. He's dishing out just shy of 8,000. That's a great game in a Strav K. Let's have a look at Loro. Loro Y here. Loro Y is rolling out with Schneer. He's also in his Strav K. You have a look at this. This will lead us towards the end of the stream, where the timer will be turned off, and I'm just going to go to the little boys' room, where you just enjoy this Strav K battle. Oh, yes, I'm back. You see, Loro already up to 4k here. Yeah, normally I would stream on Twitch after the streams, but not today, guys. It's I'm a bit drained after that tournament, because when it's like that, it is draining as the commentator. But I wouldn't change it for the world, because when you get games like that, it's just super fantastic and so exciting and so brilliant. And having a front row seat is just the best thing ever. But the portal's now finished. It's closed. You can't get any more time, I'm afraid. But yeah, like I said in the YouTube chat, I will not be streaming on Twitch this evening. But I it would greatly appreciate it if you press that little follow button if you're minded to. I'd love that. It'd be very nice. Anyway, this will be the last game, and after this game, the stream will be finishing. for today. We won't be doing any more today.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Loro finishing on just shy of 6k. And there you go. Oh. That's really good stuff from Loro. That's why they like these tanks. And you can't blame them. You can't blame them. Right. That's it, I'm afraid, everybody peeps. That's the end of today's stream. All the lockbox, all the fan containers have gone. The timer for wargaming has been turned off. It was turned off 2 minutes ago. There is no more for me to say or do. So I'm out of here. Until the next time, everybody, you have been a lovely chat. As per usual, no problems, no nastiness or toxicity. You've been here to support the game, support the team, support the tournament, and to support me. And I love that. That's beautiful. So thank you, all you beautiful people. I will see you all again very, very soon. I'll probably be streaming sometime throughout the day tomorrow. Definitely coming back tomorrow night for the next reward stream, which will be day 2 of the top 4. Until then, enjoy the rest of your evening, whatever time zone you happen to be in. I've been Fujit. You've been lovely. Bye for now.